So here we are ringing Microsoft again because the replacement console arrived this morning, Xbox One, and it's still fucked.
Welcome
Sent
to
me a fucked
Xbox
console.
Customer Support.
Yeah, fucked off of it now.
To provide quality service, we may share information collected on this call with Microsoft affiliates, subsidiaries and service providers located
Go
in
through all
other
this shit
countries.
every time I speak to anyone.
We are currently experiencing high call volumes.
I bet you fucking
Therefore,
are.
you may have to wait longer to speak with a support representative. For fast online assistance, please go to xbox.com/support.
Hello, and thank you for calling Xbox Customer Support. My name is Henry, and whom I have the pleasure of speaking to.
My name's Paul Bradley.
Hello there, Paul. How can I help you?
Yes, you've sent me a replacement Xbox this morning, which arrived, and it's still, or to put it blunt, fucked. It's still doing the same thing the last one did.
But, may I just go with that once more since the line is a bit cracky?
It's a bit cracky. Well, it's a bit like your consoles, the rubbish. You've sent me a replacement Xbox this morning because my last one didn't read this. The one you've sent me also doesn't read this.
So, what exactly does it prompt you with any sort of error message or?
It just, no, you go to insert a disk, and it just says insert disk. It doesn't change to the logo for installing. So if you eject it and then put it back in, sometimes it'll come up, sometimes it doesn't.
Okay.
Exactly the same problem the last one I had. Exactly the same. I'm getting fed up of ringing you now. I haven't even played the Xbox since I bought it at launch.
Well, you understand. Let me just try and fix this for you, okay?
Uh-huh.
First of all, not to get things started as old, may I ask for the email address you used to log in, the account login itself?
The account login? What do you mean by the account login?
Okay, so may I ask, what exactly does it prompt you with when you try to enter a disk?
Right, when you put a disk in, it still says insert disk on the UI on the dashboard. It doesn't change even though there's a disk in there. So if you eject the disk and put it back in, it'll still say insert disk even though it's in there. And then if you eject it again and put it back in, it'll start to read the disk and it'll say install game or whatever. You'll go to install it and then it'll just disappear and put insert disk again. This is exactly the same thing as the last one we're doing. It's not making any stupid noises or anything like that. It just doesn't read this. Exactly the same as the last time.
Let me see what I can for you. Just bear with me here.
Okay.
Also, the last time, did you go through any sort of troubleshooting steps at all?
Troubleshooting steps, well, there isn't really much to do. I mean, I've held the power button down to turn it off, unplugged it, plugged it back in, I did all the other bollocks that you makers do every time, and it still does the same thing. So basically the console, my old console, my day one launch, is boxed up ready to go back with UPS. This one is sat on the side with exactly the same problem. It's literally fresh out of the box in. I went to install my launch games that I haven't even played yet, and it's doing exactly the same thing.
But in that case, may I just go with just a few steps with the console itself, okay?
Yeah.
Just to make sure that it might be a software issue and whatnot. So, when on the console itself, can you power down the console by holding?
I've done all this already this morning. I've held it in for like 10 seconds, done a cold restart. I've already done all that.
Just go once more.
I'm not doing it once more. I've done it already this morning. I've just done it, literally. Just done it, and it's doing the same thing. I'm not going through that troubleshooting guide in front of you because it's going to do the same thing it did last time.
What steps exactly did you go through?
Powered it down by holding the button in for about 10 seconds, so it went into a cold restart and flushed the RAM. Booted it back up, it does the same thing. Powered it down, turned it off at the wall, plugged it back in, does the same thing.
There's one little step as well, yeah.
What's that little step? What's the little step and what's it going to achieve by doing it? Because it won't read this. Listen, at the end of the day, listen to me. I've spent £450 on a new console, right? This is the second one now, and I still haven't played the console. I just want to play the console that I paid £450 for. I don't want to be jumping through loops and climbing trees and whatever else you want me to do. I just want a console that works. And I'm getting quite angry now because every time I ring you, you get me doing these stupid tricks. Every single time you get me doing these stupid tricks that make no difference whatsoever to the problem.
Well, that's what I'm trying to help you with, out.
Well, it's not a software problem, it's a hardware problem. I know that. So what's this?
Check out. Yes?
What's the other step you want me to do that's going to make any difference to what I've already done?
Yeah, just if there's a small step there.
What is it?
Then you try and click on this option in the dashboard.
Click on what option?
Sometimes it gets fogged up.
What option do you want me to click on?
The insert disk option before.
The insert disk option. Well, I've clicked on that about 1,000 times to try and get it to work. It doesn't work. It just says there's no disk in there. It says insert disk. And it pops up with, you know, something about the rights to this game or whatever, insert a disk or something stupid like that. It comes up every time. I'll do it now for you just to make you happy, but I know there's a disk in there. It's saying insert disk at the moment.
How was the console just before that mentioned? How was the console down by holding it above?
No. I'm not powering the console down again. I've done that about 10 times. All you're getting me to do is jump through loops. I just want it sorted out. I don't want to jump through loops and be on the phone for 15-20 minutes because I've got a console, or consoles at the moment, because I actually have two Xbox Ones here that are both fucked. They're both broke.
You understand? That's what I'm trying to help you with here, Paul.
Yeah, I understand that, and I'm sorry for getting, you know, irate at you. I'm just sick of having to repeat myself and do these stupid little things that make no difference. Every time I ring you, I've got to do this.
But may I ask, the first console itself,
Uh-huh.
where exactly did you buy it from? The Microsoft Store or a retailer?
A retailer.
Because in that case, actually, you know, if even these troubleshooting steps won't work, let's say to try them before the fall. But I can, you know, issue another exchange, but, you know, it is frustrating, you know, and I do understand you want to get playing. But, like, no, actually the best...
Don't tell me to take it to the retailer because there's none in stock. You know there's hardly any in the bloody UK. So I can't go to a retailer and exchange it. It's not going to happen.
The thing being, they are obliged to have consoles in stock since it's UK law states that in 28 days when...
Don't tell me about UK law. Listen, you're meant to be customer services for Microsoft. Just sort it out for me. I just want a console that is going to work. I don't want to be chasing it. The retail store that I go to is roughly about 10 miles from here, right? So that means because I don't drive, I've got to get public transport to take it over. I know for a fact he hasn't got any in stock and he's unlikely to get some more in before Christmas. So, and the ones he is getting are all reserved. So there's no chance I can get one from that store. It's impossible. I just want a console that works. I've had this console, the console I bought a week ago, worked for 2 hours. This one, straight out of the box, doesn't work. Yeah, I just want a console that works. I should have bought a PlayStation 4. I should have just gone and got a PlayStation 4. A couple of friends have got them, no problems whatsoever. It's that simple. I mean, so what are we going to do about it now?
Well, right now, what I'm going to do is if you don't also mind, like, I know for no more than 1 minute, let me pass the solution I can get for you. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
As you can see, it pretty fucks off with them. Every time you ring them, you want you to do all this shit. At the end of the day, I've had this console now since launch. I picked it up on launch day. I've not been able to play any of the disc-based games. And all they want you to do is fuck about. Do this, do that. It makes no difference what you fucking do. No difference whatsoever. The thing is faulty. The last one was faulty. And I've also got friends that have got the same problem. And they don't fucking care. I mean, I know it's his job at the end of the day, he's just reading off a fucking screen, that's all he's doing. But, you know, they don't really care, do they? You spend 450 quid on a console. Don't give a fuck. Now they've got your money, fuck you. They want you to do all the legwork. Take it back to the retail store, 10-15 miles away. Don't think so, that's not going to happen. You know, now I've got to wait another fucking week or 2 weeks for a new console to come through. They'll probably have the same problem because I've got friends that have this problem. It's not just me that's suffering from this problem. So I'll see what this guy says. No, I should have got a PlayStation 4. Ugh, it pisses me off. So have you lot had any problems? You know, your console's been fired. I put a message up on Facebook and on Twitter, and I've got messages back saying they've had this problem. A lot of people have this problem that you've got to keep ejecting discs and putting them in so it realises it's in there. Whether it's software or hardware, I don't know. I'm assuming it's hardware. So maybe Tootie, you work in IT, maybe you can help us out with that. It's probably good to be hardware. The last time they did this, I got cut off, which pissed me off big time. So I don't know what he's doing now. Just put you on hold to piss you off, probably. I don't know why I'm on hold. You know, he could have just talked to me and explain what he's going to do. I don't know what he's fucking doing. So, Microsoft, what is going on with your consoles? I'm sorry I'm swearing a little bit, I'm just really fucking annoyed. I mean, 450 quid for a console at launch, plus launch games. Spent about £800 and not been able to play it, you know. So, you know, there's people out there getting these for kids on Christmas Day or for family on Christmas Day. Good luck. Really, good luck. I would take it out and check it's working. And check it's working properly. Spend a little bit of time with it. If it's for the kids, get it out when they're in bed, spend a couple of hours with it and make sure it's reading disc fine. Because it is a problem. Hello.
Hello there. I do apologise for the long wait there, and I do thank you for holding on. But right now, what I'm going to do, just in case, so we won't put on any more, hold on any more money. What I'm actually going to do is, this is a rare case, I'm going to escalate this to a high technical team. It won't take long for you to get a new console, but just that they need to know what exactly has gone on. And, you know, maybe insert some kind of compensation, perhaps, and so on and so forth, okay?
Okay.
Because this is a serious case, and I do apologize again for the frustration.
I know, I'm sorry for getting, I know you're only doing your job there, I'm just fed up of having to ring up. I mean, like I say, I've had this since launch. It worked, my original console, my day one launch, worked for 2 hours maybe before the disk drive failed. Now this one hasn't even worked at all, it just hasn't worked. You know, I can't install anything, I'm just stuck with games that I can't play. And alright, digital downloads, I've got a couple of digital downloads, but you know, I've got a pile of games here that I need to play, and I also own a gaming website, so the games are actually for reviewing for the website. And the console is, I mean, what am I meant to say about the console? You know, it doesn't work.